Hello children, a very good afternoon to you all. So in this video we are continuing the unit The Blind Dog written by R.K. Narayanan. In the previous video we have discussed about the dog and also about the blind man and also about the perfume vendor, bookseller and also a ribbon seller. Also we have discussed the situations which brought the dog and the blind man to near, and also we have discussed about that urchin. Urchin means a village urchin, means the boy who was very mischievous with the blind man, especially on the every Thursday it was very difficult to that blind man. And after losing his only one shelter was that the old woman, aged old woman. So when she died, it was become too difficult to that blind man to leave. So that's why the ribbon seller, he has given one such a cord, white cord, to tie in that dog's neck. So afterward it should look out the needs of the dog, the needs of the blind man. So today we are continuing the same. So in the previous video we have completed 9 paragraphs. So today we shall start from 10th paragraph. To the extent of this loss his master gained. He moved about as he had never moved in his life. All day he was on his legs, led by the dog, with the staff in one hand and the dog lead in the other. He moved out of his home, a corner in a chowltry veranda a few yards off the market. He had moved in there after the old woman's death. He started out early in the morning. So what has happened in that blind man's life after the old woman's death? So already we know that the ribbon seller, he has given one such a white cord to tie in the neck of the dog. Freely he has given it. So and what the ribbon seller asked to do to the blind man, so he followed the same. And here how the dog it lost its independence, his master gained. Now you can imagine who became the master of that dog? Yes, very good. The blind man, he became the master of the dog. And he moved about as he had never moved in his life. So all day he used to move with the blind dog. And with the staff, what the blind man was holding in his both hands. In one hand he used to hold the cord of a dog, and in the another hand staff, STAFF, staff means a stick, okay, wooden stick. And he moved out of his home where he was sitting near to the chowltry veranda, which was very few yards. It means that very few yards means very near to the market. He had moved in there after the old woman's death. So in the previous video we already know that the blind man, he lost the only one shelter, which was of the old woman's shelter. So after her death, this blind man, he lost the shelter also. So that's why he shifted to the chowltry veranda, that chowltry veranda which was very near to the market. He found that he could treble his income by moving about instead of staying in one place. He moved down the Chowltry Street and wherever he heard people's voices, he stopped and held out his hands for alms. Shops, schools, hospitals, hotels, he left nothing out. He gave a tug when he wanted the dog to stop and shouted like a bullock driver when he wanted him to move on. So here when the dog started guarding this blind man, he found that he could treble his income. It means that to the blind man, it was being a treble income. He started gaining more and more by his alms, because at every place he used to go with that dog. Which were the places? Yes, no place he left, like shops, schools, hospitals. Wherever he used to heard people's voices, so he used to stop there and beg for the alms. Every place. So whenever a dog wanted to sit and to take rest, so at that time the blind man gave a tug to the dog like a bullock cart, and he used to shout on that dog like a bullock cart whenever he wanted to move on. Next slide. The dog protected his feet from going into pits or stumping against steps or stones, and took him up inch by inch on safeguard and steps. For this sight, people gave coins and helped him. Children gathered round him and gave him things to eat. A dog is essentially an active creature who punctuates his hectic rounds with well-defined periods of rest. So here we can imagine the situations of the dog. No doubt the blind man, he started to gain more and more. His incomes now became double, treble. Okay. So along with that, we should have to think about the dog. What were the situations of that poor dog? And here the dog was very protective about the blind man. It was protecting his feet from going into pits. Pits ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ರಸ್ತೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಗ್ಗುಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅದು. So our city is a very good example for that now at present. So it is very good example, and it was protecting him going into pits of stumping against steps or stones. It means that the dog was taking care of that blind dog step by step and inch by inch. And for this sight, to see all this sight, people used to give him coins and helped him. And children gathered around the dog and they gave things to eat. And the dog was very essential of that food which the children and which was given by the people. Okay. Next slide. But now this dog had lost all rest. He had rest only when the old man sat down somewhere. At nights, the old man slept with the cord turned around his finger. I cannot take chances with you, he said. A great desire to earn more money than ever before seized his master, so that he felt any resting a waste of opportunity, and the dog had to be continuously on his feet. Now the blind man became very selfish, and he wanted to earn more and more. So that's why in the other side, the dog, it had lost all rest, and the dog was only having his resting period when the blind man slept at night, and that slept was also he was holding the cord of a dog in his hand, by telling that I cannot take chances with you. By telling this, he used to hold that white cord in his hand, and he used to sleep in the nights, and so that he felt any resting is a waste of opportunity. And also the blind man started thinking that any resting is a waste of opportunity, and the dog had to be continuously on his feet. Next slide. Sometimes his legs refused to move, but if he slowed down even slightly, his master goaded him on fiercely with his staff. The dog whined and groaned under his thrust. Don't whine, you rascal. Don't I give you your food? You want to loaf, do you? Swore the blind man. The dog lumbered up and down and round the marketplace on slow steps, tied down to the blind tyrant. See, you can also imagine the difficulties, the hurdles of the dog. Sometimes because the dog was not having any rest because of that blind man, because a very earning, yes, too much earning desire came to the mind of the blind beggar, blind man. Yes, what was his name? Sami. Yes, Sami is the name to that blind Sami. So that's why it was walking very slowly. The dog was used to walking very slowly, and his master again and again, master means a Sami, that Sami or the blind man, he used to beat that dog with his staff. Staff means one such a stick of wooden stick, and because of that the dog started whining and groaning with his thrust. You can also observe groaning and whining. Yes, the first picture, left side, first picture, groaning and whining. And when he started groaning and whining, the blind man used to tell, don't whine, you rascal. Don't I give you your food? You want to loaf, do you? So like this, the blind man swore the dog. The dog lumbered up and down and round every day, every full day. The dog used to ups and downs, round and round the marketplace with the slow steps, tied with the white cord which was holding in the hand of a blind beggar. Next slide. Long after traffic at the market ceased, you could hear the night stabbled by the path, not to be republished, of wail of the tired dog. It lost its original appearance as months rolled on. Bones stuck up at his haunches and ribs were relieved through his fading coat. What has happened? Long after, so this was continuous in the dog's life. So after what happened? What happened means not to be republished of wail of the tired dog. The dog now became very tired, because the blind man used to give only little food to the dog, and because he started earning more and more and taking rest, what he found, waste of the opportunity. So that's why the dog used to walk with that blind man almost all full day and night. Only few hours it should take rest with a standing only. So because of that, what has happened in the life of the dog? As months rolled, as month passed, bones stuck up at his paunches. You can also see the picture at what type the dog became, and ribs were relieved. It means that in totally I want to tell that the dog became very weak, because I already told you that the blind man was giving very little food, very small amount of food to the dog, and it became restless. The dog became restless, and every time it used to tied with a white cord which was holding by the blind man. So because of that, and very important that it has lost its independence. So because all of these reasons, the dog became very weak in totally. Next slide. The ribbon seller, the novel vendor, and the perfumer observed it one evening when business was slack, and held a conference among themselves. It rends my heart to see that poor dog slaving. Can't we do something? The ribbon seller remarked. That rascal has started lending money for interest. So all the three persons, they know about the dog from the beginning, and at what present the situation of the dog is. So that's why one evening what happened when business was slack means closed. They have a conference, they had a meeting among themselves, and among them one said that it rends my heart to see that poor dog slaving. To see about that poor dog, towards that poor dog, my heart, so it rends my heart. Can't we do something? Can't we not help to that poor dog? Because that rascals means the blind man or the Sami. That rascal has started lending money for interest. Now see, the blind beggar, the blind man or Sami, he started lending money for the interest. But what about the dog? No one is there to think about that dog. So that's why one day ribbon seller, novel vendor, and perfumer who were observing these all situations of the dog, and one day they discussed to help about this dog. Next slide. I hear from the fruit seller he is earning more than he need. He had become a very devil for money. At this point, the perfumer's eyes caught the scissors dangling from the ribbon rack. Give it here, he said, and moved on with the scissors in his hand. And also, all the three heard from the fruit seller. Fruit seller, he is another one, fourth person. What they heard? They heard that he is earning more than he needs. And also the blind man, he became the very devil for the money. So when they were discussing all these things, what the perfumer's eyes caught? The perfumer's eyes caught a scissors. Scissor andre katri. Scissor dangling from the ribbon rack. Ribbon seller was also their friend, no? So that's why in the ribbon seller's rack, so there was one scissor which was dangling. It was observed by the perfumer, and he said, give it here. And he said and moved on with the scissors hand. So he held that scissor in his hand. Next slide. The blind man was passing in front of the eastern gate. The dog was straining the lead. There was a piece of bone laying in the way, and the dog was straining to pick it up. The lead became tight and hurt the blind man's hand, and he tugged the string and kicked till the dog howled. It howled but could not pass the bone lightly. It tried to make another dash for it. But what has happened? The blind man passing in front of the eastern gate. Same. So in the eastern market gate, the blind man used to move with the dog. So in between, what has happened? So of course the dog was taking the lead. It was showing way to that blind dog. It was helping too much to the blind man. And what has happened? The dog saw a piece of bone, and the dog wanted to pick it up. So when he started running towards that bone, which was fall on the road, so at that time the lead became very tight. The cord became very tight. Because of that, the blind man hurt. It hurts the blind man's hand, and he tugged the string. He tugged the string and kicked till the dog howled. He also kicked the dog. But the dog tried to pick that bone, but it was not possible to the dog, because the blind man hold that cord very tightly. Next one, the blind man was heaping curses on it. The perfumer stepped up, applied the scissors, and snipped the cord. The dog bounced off and picked up the bone. The blind man stopped dead where he stood, with the other half of the string dangling in his hand. So when this situation was going, what the perfumer did, who was holding the scissor in his hand, he came very silently and he snipped the cord. Snipping, cutting. He cut off the cord or snipped the cord, and the dog bounced and picked up the bone. So suddenly what has happened? Suddenly the dog jumped towards the bone where it was, and it picked up the bone. Now another half ribbon cord in the hands of the blind man. Next slide. Tiger, tiger, where are you? He cried. The perfumer moved away quietly, muttering, "You heartless devil, you will never get at him again. He has his freedom." The dog went off at top speed. They nosed about the ditches happily, hurled himself on other dogs, ran round and round the fountain in the market square, barking, his eyes sparkling with joy. He returned to his favorite haunts and hung about the butcher's shop, the tea stall, and the bakery. What has happened now? The dog became free. Who made it free? Yes, the perfume vendor. Yes, sir, it ran away. When he snipped the cord, yes, the dog became free. It ran away. Now another half ribbon is in the hand of the blind man. So holding that cord in his hand, he started calling, "Tiger, tiger, where are you?" Now, where is dog? Yes, it ran away. But what the perfumer muttered in his mouth? "You heartless devil, you will never get at him again. You will never get at him again." Why? Why the perfume vendor is telling like this? Because he only freed the dog from the very cruel hands of the hands from the blind beggar. So that's why he is telling like this: "You heartless devil, you will never get at him again. He has his freedom." Now from today onwards, from this moment, he became free, and the dog started enjoying its freedom. It was about the ditches, happily hurled himself on other dogs. It met his favorite haunts and hung about the butcher's shop, the tea stall, and the bakery. Whatever it used to do in the past means before the death of that old woman. So whatever freedom it was experienced, so the same freedom it experiencing now, and also it was enjoying at every place, every his past places, because now it became a free. Next slide. The ribbon vendor and his two friends stood at the market gate and enjoyed the sight immensely as the blind man struggled to find his way about. He stood rooted to the spot, waving his stick. He felt as if he were hanging in mid-air. He was wailing, "Oh, where is my dog? I will murder it when I get at it again." He groped about, tried to cross the road, came near being run over by a dozen vehicles at different points, trembled and struggled and gasped. And on the same place, the blind man was standing, calling his dog, "Dog, dog, where are you? Where is my dog? I will murder it when I get at it again. If I got it again, I will murder." Because now the difficulties started to the blind beggar. Not only the perfume vendor, but also his two friends, who were, yes, the ribbon seller and the novel seller. All the three were enjoying the situation. Because now the blind man was giving too much troubles to the dog, but now at that moment the dog became very free. Now the trouble started to the blind beggar, and he started facing to cross the road because dozens of vehicles were coming from different points and trembled. The blind man became trembled and struggled and gasped for the somebody's help. Next one. He would deserve it if he was run over, this heartless blackguard, they said, observing him. However, the old man struggled through and with the help of someone found his way back to his corner in the Chaudhry veranda and sank down on his gunny sank bed, half faint with the strain of his journey. Now, what they three started discussing? They discussed that yes, this should only happen with the blind man. So they discussed observing that blind man, and he struggled very much, and someone has helped him and they brought him to the Chaudhary veranda where he was having his gunny sank, and the man was half faint with the strain of his journey. One was the mental shock for him. What about me? Because now from that moment he lost his dog, because now the dog was ran away from him. So because of that and because of the journey, he became very tired and he came and sat down on that gunny sank. Gunny sank ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ತಟ್ಟಿನ ಚೀಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಎಸ್ ಅದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, he was not seen for 10 days and 20 days, nor was the dog seen anywhere. They commented among themselves, the dog must be loafing over the whole earth, free and happy. The beggar is perhaps gone forever. Hardly was this sentence uttered when they heard the familiar tap tap of the blind man's staff. Next slide. He was not seen for the 10 days or 20 days. So for about 10 or 20 days the dog was not seen, because now it is enjoying its freedom. The dog must be loafing over the whole earth, free and happy. So when one side the dog is enjoying its freedom, the beggar is perhaps gone forever. Hardly was this sentence uttered when they heard the familiar tap tap of the blind man's staff. Next one. They saw him again coming up the pavement led by the dog. Look, look, they cried. He has again got at it and tied it up. The ribbon seller could not contain himself. He ran up and said, "Where have you been all these days?" Now, again after a few days, when they standing in the same market yard, what they saw? They saw again coming up the pavement led by the dog. The same situation what they were observing earlier, same situation after few days, when the dog became free, when it has enjoyed everything. After few days they saw the same scene what they ever seen in the past. What they said? Look, look, they cried. He has again got it. He has again got it means, he means where? Yes, the blind man. Got it. It means, what is that? Yes, dog. And tied it up. Tied it up means to whom the blind man tied? Yes, the dog. The ribbon seller, he could not control himself. He ran away. He ran and came near to the blind beggar and he asked such a question. Where have you been all these days? Few days we have not seen you. Where you were? He asked. Next slide. Now what happened? Cried the blind man. This dog ran away. I should have died in a day or two, confined to my corner. No food, not an anna to earn, imprisoned in my corner. I should have perished if it had continued for another day. But this thing returned. What the blind beggar replied, the blind man replied, do you know what happened? He started telling all the story. This dog ran away. This dog ran away from me for some days, maybe 10 days or 20 days. I should have died within 1 or 2 days if the dog was not coming back to me again. And I used to die because of no food, not an anna. Anna means yes, rupees, currency. To earn imprisoned in my corner, and I should have to perish if it had continued for another day. But this thing was returned. But now the dog returned. Now the ribbon seller asked, when? So the blind beggar replied, last night. At midnight, as I slept in bed, he came and licked my face. I felt like murdering him. I gave him a blow which he will never forget again, said the blind man. Now the ribbon seller asked, yes, when it came? He told to the ribbon seller that last night only the dog came to me, it returned to me. At midnight, when I slept in my bed, the dog came to me and started licking my face. So at that time, I felt like murdering him. At that time only, I wanted to kill him. But even also, I gave him a blow, which he will never forget. Yes, I taught this dog a lesson, which lesson the dog never forget again, he said. Next slide. I forgave him after all a dog. He loafed as long as he could pick up some rubbish to eat on the road. But real hunger has driven him back to me. But he will not leave me again. See, I have got this. And he shook the lid. It was a steel chain this time. Now what the blind man is telling, I forgave him. After all, this is a dog. He loafed. May it has enjoyed his independency. And may he could pick up some rubbish to eat on the road. But what was the real hunger was there now in the dog? It has driven him back to me. But he will not leave me again. Now, at this time, he will not leave. Why? Because showing towards the steel chain. Yes, the blind man is telling, see, I have got this. What was it? Yes, a steel chain which was tied in the neck of the dog. Next one slide. Once again there was the dead, despairing look in the dog's eyes. Go on, you fool, cried the blind man, shouting like an ox driver. He tugged the chain, poked with the stick, and the dog moved away in slow steps. They stood listening to the tap going away. Now, once again there was a dead, despairing look in the dog's eyes. Of course, all the three friends, they wanted to less the difficulties, the problems of the dog, and they have freed it. It's true. But it was the dog's fate which was brought him again to the cruel blind man. Now the blind man again started crying on the shouting on the, crying means shouting on the dog, just like a ox driver. He tugged the chain, poked with the stick, and the dog moved very slowly. Now all the three friends, they stood listening, tap going away. Next slide, 18th para. Death alone can help that dog, cried the ribbon seller, looking after it with a sigh. What can we do with the creature who returns to his doom with such a free heart. Now again, the ribbon seller, he was looking after what the situation was. What he told, death alone can help that dog. Of course, the perfume vendor, he freed it by snapping the cord. But after 10 or 20 days, if the dog itself returned to the blind man, who can help him? So that's why the ribbon seller is telling, death alone can help that dog, cried the ribbon seller, looking after it with a sigh. What can we do with a creature? If the creature, the dog's creature is like that, if its fate is like that, no one can help. After freeing also, it returns to his dome. The dog returns to his dome with such a free heart. Nobody called him. Nobody called the dog. But even also it came to the same cruel master. So with this, see, what is the good saying? Animals are the real victims on this earth, as like the dog in this story. Animals are the real victims on this earth. They didn't declare war. Even also they didn't declare war. They do not have weapons and they do not want to destroy humans or impose religion. Their only crime is that they exist. What is the crime of these animals? So the thing will come, not only a dog, all the animals, they didn't declare war against human beings. They do not have weapons. Yes, all the animals, they do not have weapons and they do not want to destroy human being or impose their religion. Only one their crime is that they exist on this earth. What we human beings believe that we are the smartest person in the whole world. We are the smartest persons of the nature and everything we can master. We will become master to everyone species of animals, insects and plants and trees. But actually it is not true. All the things have the same right as we had on this earth. So altogether they are keeping the balance of the nature. So with this I want to end this session. So wear mask, clean up your hands, maintain social distance. Thank you.